Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for taking out time to join us in our session that is winning more corporate revenue. We are excited to have you all with us and we'll together explore how hotels can unlock high value corporate demand while simplifying their distribution strategy. It's my pleasure to introduce our speakers for this particular session. Today we have Rupali Chugh with us, who is Director Product Marketing at RateGain. Rupali works quite closely with hospitality brands and technology partners to shape product strategy. With deep expertise in hotel distribution and uh, commercial technology, she will be sharing valuable insights into the evolving role of GDS. Along with her, we have Parvinder Goyat, who is product manager at RateGain. Parvinder leads the product strategy behind Uno's distribution solutions and work closely with the technology partners and the consumers. He will be sharing his insights on how evolving Uno GDS can add value to your hotels and increase your revenue. I am Anukriti Goyal. I'm working as Associate Director Product Marketing at RateGain. Together, we will be sharing industry insights, practical strategies, and real world examples to help you rethink your GDS distribution approach. In today's agenda, we will cover how is a corporate traveler different from leisure traveler, like how the guest behaves completely different. And another is then we'll move on to cost tier down, that is where the hidden distribution piece is actually sitting. Then we move on to the direct connectivity saving calculator, where we will see where like we will enter few inputs like ADR and number of rooms, etc. And we will see what is the corporate demand gap your hotel is facing. We'll talk about the direct connectivity shift, how Uno GDS can fulfill your demands, and then we'll move beyond GDS, that is the full stack. We'll also show you a glimpse of our product, and yeah, if you will be interested, we'll move on to the complete demo. Okay, so I before moving on to a detailed session, I have a quick poll for you. What share of your bookings come through GDS today? Under 5%, 5 to 15%, 15 to 30%, or you're not sure, or you never measured it? I'll give a quick second for all the participants to vote. This will basically help us tailor today's session and see how GDS adoption compares across the audience. Okay. Thank you for voting. It is interesting to see the mix of responses. Whether you are already driving significant GDS business or you are thinking of starting towards it, right? Today's session will show how hotels can maximize corporate demand while simplifying GDS distributions. I'm happy to pass it on to Rupali to take you through the corporate distribution landscape in the present scenario. Over to you, Rupali.
Thank you so much, Anukriti. Firstly, a very warm welcome to all the attendees here. Today we'll be discussing why corporate distribution is an important uh, is important for every hotelier, and what's the norm today, which is indirect GDS connectivity. To tap into corporate distribution and how we are changing the game. By helping you provide direct GDS connectivity. Now we all know that that a corporate segment is very important. Now, when we think about revenue growth, a lot of us really think about, the direct bookings or the OTA performance, but there is this one segment, that's incredibly valuable, which is the corporate traveler, which very few actually talk about. Corporate demand is recovering strongly across many markets, and unlike leisure demand, it brings a very different booking pattern and revenue profile. So let's see how exactly a corporate traveler is different from a leisure traveler. Firstly, the fact is that the corporate bookings deliver typically deliver around 30% higher ADR than OTA bookings. And let's see why. Because, corporate traveler isn't really going after the cheapest hotel. They are booking within the company travel policies, or, there are negotiated corporate rates. Their priorities are location, convenience, reliability, and basically being close to the office or the meeting venue. That means, the hotels are not, the traveler is not being very aggressive on the pricing or discount. Secondly, the corporate traveler stays much significantly longer, and could be about 3 times more longer than an average leisure traveler. Why? Like, think about a consultant working on a client project, or a sales team attending a conference. These aren't just weekend getaways. These are business trips that, extend over several nights and several days. So, which is why it is important, for them to stay longer, so that their work is complete. And perhaps most importantly is they cancel far less as compared to, a leisure traveler, which is up to 80% lower cancellation rates. And that's because, business travel is tied to meetings, conferences, client visits. And once those trips are approved, the chances of a booking to be cancelled are very low, which is why, these travelers are not like last minute frequent travelers. The cancellations are very low. And if you look at the booking pattern, a leisure traveler is very weekend heavy, right? They will want to go on a getaway, while a corporate traveler is very midweek heavy, which also means that it helps you improve your occupancy rates. Usually your occupancy rates are very full, your hotels are full on weekends, but it is your midweek, it's your corporate travel that actually fills your midweek, rooms during the week precisely. Now let's see, what does it really mean for a hotel. What it really means is that corporate demand, next slide, corporate demand actually helps hotels protect their ADR, which means because the guests are not driven by discounts, they are able to attract more high value demand. Secondly, you're able to capture more in room nights because your length of stay is higher. And because the cancellation is lower, the predictability of the demand is higher. So while leisure traveler exists, but it is basically the corporate traveler or the corporate revenue that is not just another distribution channel, but it's a strategic channel for attracting higher value and, more predictable demand for your hotel. Now, if this is such a lucrative traveler, now the question comes is, why isn't every hotel taking full advantage of it? And, that's where the reality sets in. The reason is because getting access to direct GDS connectivity through Amadeus and Travelport and Sabres of the world, it's great, but it's not easy. And, hotels have to manage multiple commercial relationships, a lot of technical requirements, certification requirements, content management, and for any independent hotel and regional group, that's too much of a complexity. That's like a lot of work for them to actually, access this demand. So instead of connecting directly to these GDS, what they do is they go for an indirect connectivity option. Now let's see, what does that mean? That means that a hotel PMS is usually connected to a channel manager, and from a channel manager, it's connected to a third party intermediary, who is then ultimately connected to your travel port and Sabre in the Amadeus of the world. But What that really means. So you definitely get access to your corporate travel demand, but that also means that this is not direct connections, and instead of one, one who, it makes your entire process very complex. One, your rates, availability, reservations, they travel through multiple tools before they actually reach the travel agent or the corporate booking tool. And on paper, this works fine, but when it goes through multiple hops instead of one, every additional hop actually creates, an opportunity for delay, synchronization issues, and failed updates. So feel free to, let us know in the chat window. Last slide, Anukriti. Feel free to let us know in the chat window if you also face such issues with your, with your current indirect GDS provider. And it is usually, because of these multiple hops, it is usually in these periods of high demand that even a few minutes of delay can actually mean stale ARI, stale update, inventory, and that can eventually lead to missed corporate bookings. But technology is one part of the challenge. Now imagine if you have an issue, what happens to the support? Instead of having one partner accountable for resolving the issue, what you really see is that hotel find themselves coordinating with multiple vendors, and investigation is going on in your channel manager, in your third party intermediary, in your PMS, and nobody is really taking any accountability. What it eventually turns into is a blame game. What should be actually a quick fix? And even if you look at, the next part of the thing, that okay, you manage the support, you manage, somehow you're able to handle these situations, but there is another commercial angle to it also, because there are multiple intermediaries involved. Each and every intermediary is going to add a markup on its own, and these markup eventually increase our total cost of ownership. So indirect GDS connectivity certainly gets you connected, but what it really introduces is more cost, more complexity, and more dependencies, and which is basically uh, and that's exactly why, that's where, the direct GDS connectivity comes into play. Now we will move on to, the next part of the discussion, and it makes the next part of the discussion very important as to how the hidden cost will really, what are the hidden costs in these indirect GDS connectivity. And here I pass it on to my colleague Anukriti.
Okay. Very well said, Rupali. Let's talk about something that most hotels don't actually see. That is the hidden cost of indirect GDS connectivity, right? On paper, your hotel is connected to the GDS, but behind the scenes, that connection often passes through multiple intermediaries before it reaches Amadeus, Sabre, and Travelport, as Rupali mentioned. With introduction of each additional layer, it introduces another dependency. For example, we have multiple intermediaries, that means less control over your distribution. Slower rate and inventory updates can translate into lost bookings and missed revenue opportunities, especially during the peak time, right? Content inconsistencies create a poor booking experience, while delayed inventory sync and can lead to stale availability and operational challenges. And when something goes wrong, support becomes fragmented. Finally, every intermediary adds another fees, another contract, and another system to manage, driving up your total cost and ownership without additional value. Now the question comes is, if your PMS and GDS can communicate directly, why keep paying for a middle layer, right? That exactly the problem that which we are solving in UNO's direct GDS connectivity. Before we jump on to what UNO exactly solves, I would like to show you uh, the gap that your hotel might be missing to capture the corporate demand, right? So I'll quickly share our mini saving calculator and the calculator which can help you determine the corporate demand gap. Here you can enter few details of your hotel. For example, I'm taking an anonymous hotel where you enter the number of rooms, that is 100. You enter the average occupancy, that is 65%. Average daily rate for my hotel is 150 USD, and my current OTA commission which I'm paying is 18%, right? There are few calculation bases which we have taken, as you can see on the screen. In just one click you can have much more than just the annual GDS uplift. You can have a look that new GDS, what is the possibility of new GDS bookings for my hotel, and you can see what OTA commission I have saved while capturing the direct corporate demand. There's a monthly uplift of 40,000 USD for my hotel, consistent monthly contribution once GDS is live. And I have saved 416K USD OTA fees, which might be paid today if I have not implemented GDS, right? You can also check your numbers with the help of this link which we have provided. I think we can help with the link in the chat as well. Now, looking at this whole scenario which we have discussed till now, I'm launching another quick poll just to know where we all stand. Based on what we have just covered, how would you rate your own GDS setup? Are you connected to direct connectivity already? Like there is confirmed no third party connector in between. You are connected but through a connector, or you are not sure how you are actually connected. I will give a quick minute for everyone to cast their votes. All right. I'll move to the next slide. Now, how UNO GDS simplifies corporate distribution. I'll pass on the mic to Parvinder to give you the detailed description.
Thanks, Sunakriti. Sure. So now you have already heard about how the GDS welcomes you all, gives you so many advantages, and what's the benefit of going there. So why Uno? So Uno is one of the few players in the market which provides direct GDS connectivity to Amadeus, Sabre, and Travelport. You can get your GDS connectivity through multiple partners, but all of them would be from the third-party connector, which introduces one extra player in the game. How Uno GDS helps here? This will simplify with the help of this diagram that hotels PMS would be connected to our Uno channel manager, which in turn are directly connected to Travelport, Sabre, and Amadeus. So there is no extra connector in the middle. Your rates will be faster. With the help of our agentic ARI, our rates are always up to the date, and you will be able to get one unified dashboard, not just only for the GDS but also for the OTA sites as well. You'll be able to manage all your channels through just one channel manager. You need not to go anywhere else just for your GDS or just for your OTAs or just for your booking engine. You can manage them all through here. And obviously, the biggest technical error most of the time which comes is overbookings. If anything disrupts the flow, for example, a booking was being made and during that point of time connectivity dropped due to any reason, third party connectors will not be able to store that reservation for you and deliver when the connection is restarted. But with the help of Uno's direct connectivity, we will be able to queue those bookings for you and deliver them safely on recovery. So therefore, no intervention will be required. It will be working directly and automatically delivering to your team. We all know about the GDS numbers, which we have already heard that okay, there is an increment, there is so many hotels there, but what is the exact number? If you look at here, more than 20,000 hotels powered with the direct GDS connectivity. and roughly 4 out of 10 global GDS reservations are being delivered, and more than 6 lakh travel agents and TMCs are reachable through us, with roughly a $2 billion of annual revenue delivered through us. You can go through the testimonials of different customers with us. They're going to be a long list, but for now, only one of them we have listed here. And if we talk about a quick poll from here, would you like to learn how Uno GDS can help your hotel win more corporate bookings? It's as simple as that. Yes, would you like a consultation call with us, or you're just exploring the GDS, or you don't want to do anything with the GDS as of now? So, a quick minute so that you all can cast your votes. That's great.
Great.
And
And
we
we
got
got
a
a
good
good
amount
amount
of
of
number
number
answers.
answers.
All right. So this is one part which you guys, which you saw, that is the GDS part of it. But Uno Channel Manager or Uno CRS is much more than GDS. We have a complete distribution stack. GDS is one of the channel, and here is rest of the platform which we are going to show you. Over to you, Rupali.
Thank you so much, Anukriti. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send it on the chat window or the Q&A window, and we will be taking your question towards the end. So while I start, please feel free to send your questions. So, like Anukriti mentioned, so far we have just covered GDS, but if you come to think of it, GDS does not really cover the whole distribution stack. There are guests coming from OTAs, website, meta search, and GDS. And, increasingly, voice and AI are also becoming, a part of the booking journey. But the challenge is not, having these channels independently, but the challenge is that, how do you connect all of these channels together? Because if these channels are disconnected, ultimately your ARI updates will also be inconsistent. There'll be different prices, outdated inventory, disconnected reporting, and eventually more operational cost. That's why we actually built Uno, which actually helps you power every distribution channel from one platform, which basically means that it will maintain consistent ARI updates across every channel and give your teams one single view of performance instead of managing multiple disconnected systems. And this is how it basically looks like in practice. Uno acts like a central reservation systems connecting your PMS to every demand source, whether it is OTAs or your brand.com, basically your booking engine or your meta search or your voice AI, and now it's your direct GDS connectivity also, which also means that every rate update, every ARI update, flows through one centralized platform. And again, that means that you don't have to manage multiple systems. And the result is very simple: one source of truth, one place to manage your rates and inventory, and one view of performance across every channel. That's the real advantage of a connected distribution platform. And it's not just about expanding your reach, but it's also about managing all of them consistently. And if you come to think of it, next slide, that there are Uno CRS is loved by over 20,000 hotels worldwide. We work with leading global brands, regional chains, and independent properties, everyone of from hotel brands to regional chains to independent properties. At the same time, we have built deep integrations with the PMS and the RMS providers, you name it, and we have it. And we are recognized by world's leading OTA partners, including booking.com, Expedia, Trip.com, Agoda. And why does this really matter? Because when you are investing in a distribution platform, you're eventually investing in an ecosystem. And you want that confidence that the platform is trusted, connected, and proven at scale. That's what Uno really delivers. And scale is eventually, next slide, that scale is just one part of it, right? Features are ultimately one part of it. There is also scale. So we are connected to about 700 plus demand partners, which includes your must-haves like the Booking.com and Agoda, Expedia of the world, but also, some regional. If you want to tap into your regional demand, that is where, even the regional demand partners come into play. There are about every year we process 230 billion ARI transactions, ensuring the ARI stays synchronized at all times. Our platform ensures a system uptime of 99.96%, and hotels have processed more than 1.75 billion in annual revenue through Uno. And on top of it, we provide top-notch customer support, with regional customer success, regional sales folks present in your region. It's extremely easy to use and set up, and we offer both push and pull connectivity. Now let's see, a quick demo of Uno Channel Manager, and I would like to pass it on to Anukriti to show us the demo.
So, as we know, Uno Channel Manager is an intelligent platform to simplify distribution operations, accelerating execution, and maximizing revenue performance from one single platform. Right? So, I'll quickly log into my portal, which is here. I'll give you the glimpse of the demo, not a detailed one in the interest of time, but I'll allow you to schedule a one on one call for the same. So when you log in, this is the ARI screen which you see for your hotel. This is a demo property. That is, ARI means, as you all know, availability rates and inventory screens. I'll quickly show you our powerful tool that is reporting. From here, you can see the analytics of all your connected channels, whether it's the OTAs, the GDS, the meta search, etc. So the whole distribution stack analytics is can be viewed over here. You have metrics like revenue, you have occupancy, ADR, RevPAR, number of bookings, room nights, average length of stay, average lead time, and more. You can look at the graphs from here based on the different scenarios or the segments as you can see on the screen. So this is the graphical report of it. If you are not a big fan of graphs, here is the tabular report which you can see in detail. Also, the interesting part is you can build your own ad hoc reports, that is the custom reports. So you can quickly go over here, select the parts you want to see, and you can generate the report. Also, very interesting that you can turn on the subscription for yourself. At what frequency you want which report, just enter your email ID, the report name, enter your frequency, and you will be subscribed for this uh, frequency of reports, right? Apart from this, suppose you are connected to just the major channels which are there, as you can see on the screen also, booking.com, trip.com, Expedia, right? These are the basic channels which are there. Now, later on, you feel that there should be more channels I should be connected to, right? You can go on to these are the list of the channels which you can see on the screen. You have Airbnb, you have some local OTAs which you can connect. For example, Egypt Express is there, G2 Travel is there, Hyperguest, Reconline, whatever OTA you require, you name it, and we'll provide the integration for you. These are few of the OTAs which are listed over here for this particular property. Apart from that, we have inventory based price rules as well. So here, for example, you have a deluxe inventory of 10 deluxe rooms available in your property, right? And during the peak hour, you want to set a setting that when three of my deluxe rooms are left, I want to trigger my inventory to maybe 25%, 50% rate change. So you can enter the inventory value that when my 5 rooms are left, I want to increase the rate to 50%. And just an example, and so on. You can enter the rules on different types of rooms which are available and just save that. During the peak demand, you don't need to go back manually and do the changes. You can always, uh, uh, just set the triggers over here at the time of setup, which we our team will be helping you all to do the initial setup and later on as well. And the rules will be automatically triggered and help you capture the maximum revenue in the peak demand times. So this is a glimpse of the product which we have. We have many more capabilities where we can set up the whole property and the chain for you. Also, we can help you map all the channels, and you can just change your rates and inventory. Just enter at one place, that is in Uno Channel Manager, and it will be updated across your distribution stack linked to your property. So this is just a glimpse. I would like to, launch another poll where, post this, I would like to know, would you be up for a complete Uno CRS demo, which involves the channel manager, as I showed you right now, and also the GDS consultation? So I'll give you a quick minute in order to cast your votes over here, and accordingly we will be contacting you for the same. All right, let me give you a few more minutes. Okay, I think we have captured your answers. Now we can take all the any questions which you have. You can post your questions in the question box, Q&A box, and we can take the answers.
Anukriti, there are two questions in the chat.
Okay.
So the first question, if we're not integrated with property system, can we have GDS? Parvinder, do you want to chime in for this first question by Ilham? Uh,
Sure. Um, so Ilham, even if you are not integrated with your PMS, then also you can leverage by editing and managing your ARI through our channel manager itself. If your PMS is connected, great. If your PMS is not connected still, you can utilize and leverage our Uno channel manager platform to manage your GDS connectivity.
okay. Any follow-up question, Ilham, on this one, or are you good? Cool. So we have another question from Irene. What are the costs involved?
Sure. So there are obviously the commercials would be a bit separate, and there are multiple set of costs involved in it. The major cost is usually the per transaction cost, per booking cost. So in the channel connectivity that we already have in the market, that is with the third party connector, the more the number of players, the more amount of commission that you would have to pay out per partner in the middle. But with the help of direct connectivity, that cost reduction will be there. It will be coming down to roughly to 25% of the total cost involved. Why? Because we are having direct connectivity, so we don't have to pay out any commission to the third party connector. That is the one of the major fees. That is a per transaction booking. Outside of it, there is one-time setup fees, and there is the listing fees, which is also directly asked by GDS, and it will be directly paid to the GDS, depending upon the number of GDSs that you are going to connect with, be it one, two, or three. Each GDS have their own separate set of fees. So if you want to know about more about commercials, our team can reach out to you, and with the proposal, depending upon the deal, it can be customized for you.
So, like Parvinder mentioned, Elham and Irene, we will set up some time with you separately, and to delve deeper into the pricing. Yes, definitely. We will send the recording to commerce at theconcordhotels.com. So, we have another question from Elham: how GDS works and how can I get a report about GDS booking?
Right. So if I tell in a very layman language, just imagine it as another channel for you. Just like currently you are looking for bookings through booking.com, Expedia, Agoda, etc. Similarly, just imagine this also as one of your channel. We are just calling it GDS rather than calling it an OTA. And a global distribution system, if you go into the more technical side of it, they were the pioneer back in 1970s, when they were the first to get everything centralized and help you with the online reservation systems. Initially it started through airlines, but now it is also available in the hotels, and it's been very long. And earlier, it used to be the main source of truth or main source of booking for each, for the leisure travel as well as the corporate bookings. But due to the current market scenario, as the internet is available to most of the people out there, the birth of OTAs and their commonization, the ease of doing bookings and the confidence through OTAs have taken up the leisure business. But if you go for the corporate bookings, it is not randomly that okay, company each time goes and look out for the hotels. For example, there is an organization, Walmart, and it wants to send its employees for a business meeting in, let's say, London. So they are not going to every time search and sit that okay, what are the hotels in London, I need to look there. Okay, I'm going to go and do the booking from booking.com or Expedia and compare rates everywhere, or in any of that sense. If their travel is frequent, let's say one particular location, then they will be rolling out RFPs where multiple hotels will be contacting them, and the best hotel which is suitable, Walmart will be having a contract with them, and they will have their negotiated price. That is the one form where the corporate travel comes into the picture, because they will become the regular clients of those hotels. So anytime a Walmart employee is going to London and they have to stay somewhere, they are going to be preferably staying where they are going to get the negotiated or the better rates. Now, just one more layer is added here, is that nobody in Walmart is going to come and do the booking every time. They would have hired, in high probability, some travel agencies to them, and the travel agency would be taking help of GDS to reach out to those hotels to get those negotiated rates. So that is a very high level general flow of how the OTAs or GDSs are compared, or how hotels and travel agencies or corporates are coming into the picture, and how their corporate travel takes place.
Cool. I hope this answers your question, Ilham. Any other questions, please feel free to put it in the chat window and we'll wait for, you know, so there is another question from Sophie. Is it also possible to connect a booking engine to this, or does Uno offer one as well?
Yes, Uno offers the booking engine also. But if you talk about the booking engine directly connecting to GDS, or do you mean only with the channel manager?
Sophie, do you want to clarify in the chat? Are you asking whether the booking engine should be connected to the GDS or the channel manager? Because
Okay,
uh,
so let me clarify in the both aspects. As booking engine is just another part and another channel a method to get any of the bookings. It cannot connect to the GDS. It's just like in another channel. So if you talk about, but with the Uno Channel Manager, yes, we do offer our own booking engine also, but we are also connected with multiple booking engines out there.
To just to
To
add,
just to add,
Sophie, we do offer, connections to all the channels that we showed, including a booking engine, as well as, the GDS, the OTAs. So everything we offer like an all-in-one distribution stack as well, to help you power your direct and indirect bookings. Okay, if you also need a demo of the booking engine, please feel free to, let us know. We'll reach out to you. If you have any further questions, please do let us know in the Q&A chat window, and we are more than happy to answer.
and to answer the last part from Elham, yes, depending upon the number of booking, will be a commission or will be a transaction or the booking fees you can call it, because it will be directly per booking. So more the number of bookings, more the commission, and everything will be calculated accordingly. Welcome.
Cool. I will pass it on to my colleague Anukriti to share the closing remarks.
I think, yeah, I was on mute. Okay. So thank you everyone for taking out time and joining us for this session. I hope this session gave you more knowledge about the GDS, the distribution stack, which hotels are using in their present scenario. You have my email ID. You can always mail me back in case you need a detailed demo. We will be reaching out to you guys as well. And also for channel manager, for GDS as a consultation call, or even for booking engine, if anything is your requirement, you can always reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you out over there. In the chat box, there is a link through which you can book a one-on-one demo. You can choose the slot over there, and feel free to schedule a 30 minutes call or more if required. We will also be sharing an additional uh, resource which we built, ebook, which is Hotelier's Guide to Direct GDS Connectivity. Arish, if you can share the link over here. You can download it. I think it will be a good learning asset for you. And yeah, we can always connect for the further questions and further consultation. Thank you all for your valuable time. Rupali, do you want to add anything?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It was really nice being with you, and you please have a good day. Thank you so much.